Okay, so we're gonna go to the Grand Cathedral. And we're gonna listen to what that nice NPC who is invading all of the other NPC locations, and go to a cathedral hidden to the right. And there's no way it's a trap or anything, because that individual was very trustworthy, even as they were entering buildings that belonged to other people. Very tempted to have us get to the first boss of the DLC, because if we can beat him, you get a really good arcane weapon that I haven't used and I want to use, and I kind of don't want to spoil what it is, because it's a reference to previous games. So maybe we'll try and do that next, depending on how much we level up. We should probably be in that DLC around level 70 or so. Any earlier, it's kind of a bad idea. Oh, it's a cool reference too. It's one of those one of those things that comes up in every single game, sort of thing, like how there's always patches. This is like a weapon that has come up a few times in the other games. With visceral attacks, since we have that rune that's going to give us more blood echoes if we kill them that way. In D&D, fire magic, it depends on the edition, actually. Something like Magic Missile actually would work, since it's just a bolt of force. But in 5th edition, fire, you could still cast magic that's fire, even though it's underwater, because it's magic. But if you're encased in water, you are considered resistant to it, dealing reduced damage, if any at all. But something like Magic Missile technically would work with no penalty. Come on, come and get me. Oh god. If we really want to level grind though, we need to do chalice dungeons. If we could get the 5th tier, which is the final one, you get like 1,000,000 blood echoes. So it's so insane how many echoes you get from enemies. So anyway, this is the church he was talking about, but the door is closed. That's weird. Ah! This is what we wanted to happen.
Oh, Amygdala. Oh, Amygdala. Have mercy on the poor bastard.
So remember, amygdalas are like great ones who can kind of pass through the layers of dream worlds. So if one of them interacts with you and you have a certain item, they will push you into those dream worlds. So now we're in some sort of building.
What a joy it is to behold the divine. It must be such a pleasure. You're in my debt, you know. You're nigh on a beast of the field. But here you are, treading a measure with the gods.
Derp, 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 derp.
Are your feet as fat as your wits?
That's mean.
Oh, cease this dithering. Take the plunge. Throw yourself to the wolves.
So this is some sort of school. I don't remember what this place is called, though. The name popped up when we came here, and I completely forgot. But this is a jar full of eyeballs, and there they go. They're all giant because they've been inflated with water. Key to the lecture theater and the lecture building. Today, the 2-story lecture building is adrift in the nightmare, but once it was a place of reflection, where scholars learned of history and archaeology. Perhaps it still is, as the students in the lecture theater appear to await the return of their professor. So this was a school in the city that got, like, sucked up into a dream layer. And now we can finally dress properly and put on the student uniform, which I actually kind of like the look of. There's something about wearing like plain old clothes. Kind of fun. What would be good gloves for this? Yeah, that works. Room is a real laggy room. It's going to drop frames like crazy. That is not necessarily the internet connection. That is just what happens because there are so many enemies on screen when we get in there. Can't remember how to get in there, though. It's one of these doors. Here it is. That wasn't so bad. Usually that room like really does get like seconds per frame. Well, anyway, all the students are dead now. Oops. So the lecture building, there are 2 floors to it, but the second floor you can't access until much later in the game. Oh shit, we can use this. I just realized we're an arcane build. We can be using a lot of these cool abilities that we're going to be getting that I never get to use. Remnants of an eldritch truth encountered at Bergenworth. Use phantasms, the invertebrate known to be augurs of the Great Ones, to partially summon the abandoned Ibrietas. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from within the old labyrinth that led to the establishment of the choir. So this costs bullets to use. Look at that. How crazy is that? And because we're leveling up arcane, it'll do more damage for us. Can't hear you. What's up? Use the bathroom. Yeah. You can't hear me. It's like shaving or something. Where is it? Oh. You gonna do the trash bag? Oh, it smells terrible in here. Jeez. Horrifically smelly shit. Yeah. Hello, I'm back. So anyway, we can shoot tentacles out of our hands now. So that's kind of neat. Now what's behind this door? Surely it's another room in this giant school, right? It's not another room. So like the lore said, it's floating out in the nightmare. So when we stepped out, we just entered this nightmare layer, and this is where the real dungeon starts. And this place sucks, and I hate it. Nightmare Frontier. Now, presumably, this is the realm that this amygdala that grabbed us is like from. But what's really cool, you can see these sails in the distance. What they did that's so creative, later on when we go into the DLC, you'll see the ships that those sails are coming out of. So like there's other layers of dreams that are kind of smashing into each other. It's really cool. It's a really interesting way of like subtly handling the fact that there are dream worlds that are kind of layered on top of each other that they literally can overlap sometimes and cause weird stuff to happen. Use the team members on this boss. Does this have an overhead swing? That might work. So you should probably wipe that shit off your face. It's gonna get in your eye. Prince of Bel-Air? Anybody? No? Just me? This will be a shortcut later for us. Okay, a fire weapon's good here. We're gonna be cleaning up. You got the red on you. Oh man. Okay, woo! This place is visually really cool. Yeah, if I recall correctly, there's some hunters that we can fight here. Presumably, they got pulled into this stream as well. There's one. Hello, hunter. Maybe you're friendly. He's not friendly. Cool is that this auger of Ebrietas can actually it can do visceral if it hits. Victory! Oh, it's definitely meant to be weird. I mean, you're opening a portal and summoning, like, a tentacle from a boss later in the game. No, you're able to still use it. Shenanigans, dreams, something or other. I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just go kill a few beasts. As Master Gunman said. Right up the beast. Now this is some weird looking dude. But again, it is a dream world, so I'm not quite sure if it's a real creature or just something that the amygdala is creating. Maybe it was a person once. I don't know. I mean, there are giants in the real world, so I guess it's possible it's just some sort of weird, bearded, gross man person. Oh god, look at this gravestone. There's like veins. That is so gross. Fire is really good for this part of the game. I did not know it would be this good. I'm making this look super easy. So I like this. They kind of trick you to run on this to create the shortcut. You wanted to chase after this guy to get the bloodstone shards, but you don't even realize that it's doing that to make you unintentionally activate the shortcut. Smart level design. Okay, we should probably try and set some stuff up before I go falling for any sort of wackadoo traps. Not that there are any of those here. clockwise metamorphosis. I want to say that increases our stamina, or it increases our health. Both of which could be super useful. This way to witness a miracle. Some things never change. This is also the first area where you can fight winter lanterns, and my god do I hate those things. It'll probably kill me. I think there's one down here. So don't be surprised if I die down here. Also, these things are like, they're related to Koss, a great one called Koss, I think, because they look very similar to Koss. Or some say Cosmos. Oh god! This ain't good. That's a Winter Lantern. Shit, I already saw it. It already saw me. Oh god, I only have one? Yeah, so it does that. Just looking at this thing causes me to go crazy. I showed you a picture of it before. It's like the doll if there was a giant brain on top of her. Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be death. Your insight, the more that makes you go crazy. So it kills you quicker. It's really annoying. I don't like them. Hopefully we can get our Blackguard back. Oh, this area is great. It's just I hate it because of the like. I just have really bad memories of dying a lot to these stupid Winter Lantern things, and they. I get like, I'm just like, God. The moment I see them, I just get flashbacks to the horrifying times I've had fighting them. The teeth-grinding pain of losing like 500,000 blood echoes. So yeah, Patch is a spider in this. Which is why I was saying he has a form that's kind of befitting him. He has the body of a spider. He won't knock me down this time too, so I can go ahead and get that. I could drop down again, but I think I'll try and get there the normal way. Stunning deep sea. Ooh man, that is a nightmarish scream. It's almost like I'm in some sort of frontier of nightmares. Yeah, it really rolls off the tongue. That's what we'll call it. Clear deep sea. Should probably look at what those deep sea. Let's see. The secret symbol left by Carol. The transcription of the Great One's inhuman voices depicts down-reaching currents. This illuminates deep sea and grants augmented resistance. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep, an augur of eldritch truth. So the ocean is some sort of barrier for the eldritch truth. Which makes a lot of sense now that I think about it when it comes to one of the bosses. Fight 8 of them at once like this. But they do very often drop cold blood, which is nice. Because it means you're getting blood echoes for killing them, and also you're going to get some that are banked for later. Okay. We're almost back to where we died. It's right over here. Oh god, it's so fucking creepy. I need it to turn around. Whew. Got it. Messenger gift is another one of these arcane tools that turns me into a messenger. So you would use that to kind of like hide if a player invaded you. Jeez Louise, man. Those things are terrifying, and I love the fact that they're wearing the doll's dress. Like, what does that mean? I don't actually know the real answer for that. There's a lot of theories, but it's really cool either way. The song they sing is also an insight-related thing. Like, they will not sing it unless you have enough insight. Thankfully, we've explored the majority of this area now. So if we die, it's just a matter of running back to the main path forward. But I hate this place just because it's poison and they're the winter lanterns. So you're going to be slowly losing health. And then if Frenzy hits, it does like 90% of your health. So if you're poisoned, you're going to die like instantly the moment that Frenzy hits. Thank you, Sarah. We almost have 100,000 blood echoes. We should probably You know what? I think I'm gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream. And we're gonna level up while we still can. Because the next area has more winter lanterns, and I'm not risking dying to them. No, don't sit down, you dummy. Oh my god, they're wearing top hats, I forgot! I should really stop doing that, but oh well. It's a habit. Can't help it. What's up, doll?
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Hunters have told me about the church, about the gods and their love. But do the gods love their creations? I am a doll created by you humans. Would you ever think to love me? Of course.
I'm hiding in the bushes.
I do love you. Isn't that how you've made me?
Hey guys, I'm over here. I'm in the bushes.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Don't go out of the bushes, this place is fucking terrifying.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Hunters isn't very well. Let me.
I'm thinking we should just pump up our HP at this point. We'll get to 25 arcane. Because if we're gonna head into the DLC, I need like 40 vitality, or we're gonna just die instantly from most attacks. Also, we got a lot of these cold bloods thanks to those enemies in the lake. So let's go ahead and kill them. I mean, use these. Kill them. I mean, I guess I'm destroying them, but they're just kind of rocks of blood. No, that's enough for one level up. Not much more, though.
Welcome. Very well.
And we might be able to squeeze out another level up from selling stuff.
Farewell.
The sooner we get back to 40, though, the better. Let's see, what can we sell? Madmen's knowledge. Oh, I can sell some blood shards. I'm not gonna need all these. Jeez. Yeah. Damn. That's still not enough. Never.
Welcome. Very well.
Bam. 30. Cool.
Farewell.
Oh yeah, and you can see that the one that's all gore filled is the one that you use to enter nightmare dreams, which is why it is called the Nightmare Headstone. I should honestly spend this insight so that the Winter Lanterns aren't so bad. But at the same time, if I get 9 more, no, wow, I don't care. We can level up the Nitrous one more. Aw, damn it. I could actually get it to +6 if I, let me sell some more stuff. I never use these anyway. Getting that Nitrous to +6 is going to be helpful, so let's do it. Bam. Nope. Ooh, that is a good buff to attack versus beast down. That's not a major debuff though. What do we got in here? Bolt attack up. That might be good for the Tonitrus. Man, I always love this part. Yeah, that does stack for the Tonitrus. Cool. Is this worth it? Weapon durability down 40.5. What's the weapon durability in this normally? 200. It's not very high. We'll go with... No, we'll leave it alone. So we can spend some insight on... Oh, I can't even use paper, right? Because these weapons are enchanted. And it's like in other Dark Souls games where, like, it just won't stack. Well, we can get Shaman Boom Blades. Sure, Small Resonance Bell. Sinister Bell. I can get some Bloodshot Eyeballs. Okay. My insight's a lot lower now, which is unfortunate, because it means some of the cool stuff is not going to be as cool anymore. But it also means that the Winter Lanterns won't build up Frenzy on me as quickly. The thing that's really scary about Frenzy is just that, like, even after you defeat the creature that's causing it to happen, it has a lingering effect. It continues to build up for like a few moments. Okay, lightning is no good against these things. Trying to think of what the best way to approach this is, and I think we just want to go down here. Maybe I can just poison the Winter Wind. Oh god, there it is. And yeah, for some reason it's not singing anymore because I don't have enough insight to hear it, I guess. Which means it is singing, but we can't perceive it. Poison does not seem to do it. Oh, There it is, now it's singing. Yeah, poison does not work at all on this thing. So many blood vials. Ooh, Bloodstone Chunk. That's for the plus 7 through 10 upgrades. We're at plus 6 right now, so if we can get one more of those. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. I think there's another one down here if you drop down. And yeah, those are the sails of some sort of ships. Which is another layer of the dream kind of smashing into this one. Look at this. Look at that. This thing is being held up by like a tree or something. There's something about the architecture, especially when we get over to the boss room, which is over there, where Ursa's facing. That is creepy to me. Like, it makes me feel uneasy because it's like, oops. Oh, okay, that could have been bad. It makes me feel uneasy because it's like, it's natural, but it looks handmade, if that makes sense. Like as if it was made with a purpose, but it was just happenstance that it took that shape. Yeah. It feels very Geiger-esque, I think. And Cthulhu, obviously. Cthulhu style. But yeah, there's definitely like a causeway thing. Like, it's definitely leading you down paths and stuff. I want to say we can see a later level from here somewhere. Like, there's a castle we can kind of see from here that is the Nightmare of Mensis, which is kind of like the last level of the game. And I think you can see it from here somewhere. And vice versa, like you can see both from the other. This is just a shortcut. That's all it is. I should cause it to go up though. There we go. Now if we die, we can just drop down here and avoid doing all this over again. Excuse me. That was a weird hiccup. They are very annoying. But there's treasure to be had, an adventure to be had. You know, another thing that's creepy about the Winter Lanterns is that the brain that's on them is made of messenger corpses. So that's another thing that's like, what the hell does that mean? I just want to know. It's one of those things, it's like, if you had one question to ask Miyazaki, but I know there probably isn't a real answer. They probably are just like, it's mysterious, and we don't really know ourselves. And I'm just like, ah! Damn you! I think there is deeper meaning to it, though. It definitely has something to do with Kos and Cosm and what's the other one? Murgo and Udin. I'm sure there's some sort of relation to all of them that ties back to Yep. See, look at that. Dead for like a minute, and I still got frenzied. Alright, at least it's dead. Maybe the doll... Maybe there's a doll in all of the dreams, and it's just that this one is being corrupted by Murgo or Udin or something. Or maybe the school of Mentis is trying to recreate the doll that Urban has. The doll seems to be some sort of conduit for Laura, or the Moon Presence, as it's called in the game. Alright, I think we've fully explored this area now, which means all that's left is the boss. It's a shame that I have no vials left, so this fight's going to go really well, I'm sure. Yeah, so it's like the architecture of this room in particular is just very like the I don't know, like the dirt having these weird patterns in them is just very unnerving. It's like, I guess it's supposed to be tree roots, but it does not look like tree roots to me. Has eyes in the palm of his hand. This trill is actually pretty good. So during the second phase of the fight, you're kind of you just hang back on the tail, wait for him to jump, and so you 10 ones. Just keep baiting the jump by sitting behind him. Swing. Visceral. Dead. And that's the end of the Nightmare Frontier. There's the castle. You can vaguely see it in the distance there. That is the Nightmare of Mensis, where they're performing the ritual on Murgo to try and get Udin to show up. Yeah, so we're leaving the bad dream of the Wild West. Hey, I managed to beat it with only 2 vials. Wow! Thank you for your belief in me.
Welcome. Very well.
More HP. Yay!
Farewell, good hunt.
Yeah. Surely that will go well, right? Do we have enough to upgrade? No, I need one more blood chunk. Damn.
Oh, Lawrence, what's taking you so long? I've grown too old for this. Of little use now, I'm afraid. Oh.
He's not doing so great. Do we want them to wear the urn? They think it's a hat. God damn, we used a lot of blood vials. Okay, so let's try and get through the DLC. Let's see if we can get to the first boss of it. Because I really wanna get that weapon for you. Also, I really like that weapon, and I really like that boss. I shouldn't say it. I mean, I like the weapon. I've never used it, though. You've actually, if you've been watching the videos I've been posting on Twitter, you've probably seen the boss. That's the one that leapt in the air and then, like, stayed in the air for 7 seconds and also changed direction and still managed to land on top of me. What a load of shit that was. That was the biggest load of bullshit. Oh yeah, I don't know if I've shown you her yet.
Oh, hello, dear. You weren't lying. This is a safe place. Thank you. I am in your debt.
This is the prostitute we saved earlier. She gave us a curtsy.
I'd like to tender my thanks, but I can't imagine what to offer. All I can give is my blood. But would you even take a whore's blood?
Sure.
Oh, good. Come close, dear. Don't worry, I've done this before.
Blood taken from Ariana, Cathedral Ward Woman of Pleasure. The sweet blood of Ariana restores HP and temporarily speeds stamina recovery. A member of the old healing church would know that her blood is similar indeed to precisely what was once forbidden. So her blood is similar to something forbidden. We know that Canehurst stole forbidden blood from that other guy. Is it possible that maybe she has some sort of... she's like a descendant from Canehurst?
Oh, hello. Sorry, dear. You're much too eager. I've only so much blood, okay?
You know what's weird? I don't know if you're noticing her in the background. But like, so she's minding her own business, right? But watch what happens when I go to talk to Ariana.
Oh, hello. Sorry, dear. You're much too eager. I've only so much blood, okay?
She's like peeking in and listening on our conversation. The reason, I think it's less, the thing that points out to me that she might be from Canehurst is that, it specifically says the healing church would know that her blood is similar to something, and to precisely what it was, whatever it is that it's precisely similar to is forbidden. And we know that Canehurst stole forbidden blood. Anyway, yeah, something's clearly going down here. She keeps peeking on over at us when I'm talking to her. And she also seemed pretty upset that I didn't accept her blood before.
Ah, brave hunter. What is it? Have you renewed thoughts on this matter? Forgive me. I must cease this nonsense. Forget I ever offered. Oh, brave hunter. I pray for your safety.
Alright, so to access the DLC, we just need to get grabbed by the amygdala outside the church.
How did we ever get into this mess?
Things sure are getting spoopy around here. It'd be a real shame if some random giant spider monster grabbed me. Oh no!
Curse the fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
Also, isn't it great that the chapel, which is apparently safe from everything, literally has an Eldritch Abomination standing on top of it? that none of them can see because they don't have the insight to see it. Now we seem to be back inside of the chapel that we were just in a moment ago. So this place is like the Nightmare Frontier smashed into Yarnum. So like this is the same city we were just in, but it's all warped and collapsed. Yeah, we're in a dream world now. Check out the sun. The sun is like being consumed by something. That looks so cool. I actually don't even think that's supposed to be the sun as much as it's supposed to be like a crack in the dream, and that like that is just a hole, right? And we're looking into another dream past it. So this place is called the Hunter's Nightmare, and basically what this place is, if I'm to understand the lore correctly, and I might be wrong, it's basically like the hunters basically invaded this fishing hamlet, which we'll go to later, and murdered a great one and stole its child, its dead child fetus. And it was such a horrifying, like, terrible experience, like, killed so many people, that a curse was placed upon hunters, that if they ever killed too much, they would get sucked into this nightmare, and, suffer endlessly, eternally, forever and ever. And so every hunter we see here are old hunters that gave in to their bloodlust and are now being punished for their sins. Old hunter cabin. Trying to get a good look at it. Not bad looking. Looks pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so like this stuff, I don't know, man, it just looks so weird. Like popcorn kernels or something. And you'll see the hunters will actually hunt beasts that roam around too, which is kind of cool. Wow, that's got some range. Ow. Alright, chill. Old hunter gloves. This is doing the same thing that the Dark Souls 1 DLC did, where you find one piece of the clothing throughout the first area. This DLC is really cool too. I think every boss here is really fucking cool, except for the fact that they're super hard and I suck. Fighting these guys on New Game Plus was a true nightmare, let me tell you. It was really, 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 really hard. Especially when they can leap in the air and turn 90 degrees. about doing this area now is that we're going to get some good late game gem sockets for our weapons. So I can't play around with these hunters, they are no joke. Yeah, the bad guys in this area are really intelligent. The hunters, they do a good job of like translating their AI to act very much like the player would. So that's that clock tower we always see in the distance in the main game, but we never get to go to it. In this game, in this DLC, you get to go to it because the area is warped enough for us to actually have access to it now. I fell for a trap there that I forgot about. These things are guns, and if you step on these switches here, it activates the gun. Oh! It's a good question. One thing I wish FromSoft would stop thinking I wish they would stop making these fucking dogs. Dogs are not fun to play. They're always way too fast and leap at you and you're like, oh no, there's nothing I can do. If it's not dogs, it's wolves. It's like, it's always something. The dogs in the dream seem like normal dogs, actually, unlike the other ones. The only difference between these dogs and the ones outside is that they are drenched in blood. And I think they're hairless? It's hard to tell. They're like Doberman or something. I don't know dog types. I don't even know why I'm saying that. Shortcut! Also, we got Old Hunter pants. And there's something cool about these. I like the lore around it. So it's got this metal brace around the leg, on the left leg, or the right leg. Widespread belief of the period of the Old Hunters was that the beast blood crept up the right leg, and this led to the double wrap belt. So they wrapped it in to hopefully prevent the beast scourge from climbing up their leg. And what's also interesting to note is that is the leg that Gurman is missing. I don't know why specifically well, actually I do know why specifically they're right. So if we go off of what happens in one of the games, and one of the endings is what I meant to say, is that the moon presence falls from the sky, it grabs us, and it has us replace Garmin, and in that ending, the way it like creates the contract is that it consumes your right leg. So that's why Garmin is missing his right leg. So I wonder if the myth or legends of the moon presence caused them to think that the beast scourge was creeping up the right leg, because the moon presence consumes the right leg. I don't even know if you can necessarily say it's a bad ending or a good ending. It's just unending. But yeah, my guess is that maybe like the legend of Gurman making this pact with Flora, the moon presence, who is associated with the beast scourge. The moon presence seems to possibly be the reason it's happening. Like it might be the reason there are knights of the moon. So maybe knowing about the myth of that god entity, they have the right way. I hate this enemy so much. Using a weapon called the boom hammer, by the way. Who knows why it's called that, right? Oh god, he has so much health. Finally. God damn. Beast Cutter. This is the weapon that some of those hunters I was fighting earlier were using. It's a strength-based weapon, so not very good for our build. But a cool weapon nonetheless. And I believe Old Hunter Garb. Now we can wear the whole costume now. One day, the hunters disappeared, and Yarnamites began to whisper of the hunter's sin. Drunk with blood, chasing after beasts, they would pass on to the nightmare, every last one of them. What a cool fucking costume. Ooh, that's a good gem. I guess doing this area on New Game Plus kind of trained me. This is the church where we fought Vicar Amelia in the game. Now it's protected by this fucking guy. you can tell this area is a bit high level for us, because it's taking me like a minute to kill one guy. So yeah, up here is where we would fight Vicar Amelia in the main game, but instead, there's a cleric beast draped over the area where Lawrence's skull was. And this one's on fire. An eye pendant which unlocks the surgery altar. There are 2 cathedrals in the Hunter's Dream. One lies past the River of Blood, and another contains the private research hall of the Healing Church. Only chosen members of the Healing Church or their lamentable patients can enter the research hall using this eye. Grants eyes to the surgery altar skull. So, this is Lawrence, by the way. This is what's become of him. He is a cleric beast that is so fueled by his lust for blood. The heat of the blood is literally ignited. And so his blood is basically fire now. Later on we can find his human skull in the dream, and if we bring it to him we can fight him. But otherwise he just remains docile, sleeping on his throne. The Tonitrus is so covered in blood, it's just a giant red orb now. The Astral Clock Tower gongs in the distance. Except here in the nightmare, it's gonging weird and, like, continues to do so over and over and over. That's the clock tower we've heard in the main game. And, like, we could see it in the distance in the main game, but we never were able to get to it. Also, this is an amygdala corpse. It's just like a skeleton of an amygdala. And I think the corpse of the amygdala is supposed to hint at the fact that this place is not letting them leave. Like, the hunters can't leave. Even the creatures that could let them leave are decayed and dead. They're cursed to remain here forever. Except for us, because we're cool. God, even the regular Mook enemies are taking like 8 hits to kill. Old Hunter top hat. This is just an alternate hat for this costume. I don't really like it as much. Oh god, we got the Fury Road shit going on in our head now. Let's keep the old cap on. Oh yeah, you're about to see what the vampires look like in this game, since there are some in this area. Canehurst would have been the first place we'd see them, but... Also, calling them vampires is very disingenuous. Whoops! I forgot I'm using a fire weapon. Damn it! The old man had a bomb on him. Hey, I got the boom hammer at least. That was a delayed explosion. It's okay, we really don't need to fight any of the stuff I fought already, since I was just trying to pick up the treasure. So we can kind of run past all of this now. We can run past all of this, proceed to not run past anything. We got our blood back. No. Okay. Put the monocle away. Please hit the barrel. There you go. Alright. So yeah, the trap here is meant to be like, oh, I remember this, like the guy's gonna shoot me like he did last time. And you go to pick up the item, but instead of him shooting you, he blows up. And then he would hit all those barrels, they would all blow up, and then you'd be like, ah, son of a gun, you got me. Instead, I ran up with a fire weapon, forgetting that it was fire, and blew them all up myself. And then he blew up. And now we're gonna fight a hunter who's turned into a beast. what's really cool is you can get that weapon, and if you equip a specific rune, you turn into that, and you become like a half beast, half hunter. All awesome. So we're just gonna go ahead and run. And try and make a break for the shortcut. Anyway, these are vampires. Oh shit. Shortcut. Yes, they are. That's what they are. They represent the classical vampire as a blood bug in this game. They don't actually call them vampires. That's just what they're supposed to be, though.
Must have taken a wrong turn, then, eh? Well, we're more alike than you think. This is the hunter's nightmare, where hunters end up when drunk with blood. You've seen them before. Aimless, wandering hunters slavering like beasts. This is what the poor fools have to look forward to. So, don't be brash. Turn back before it's too late. Unless you've something of an interest in nightmares.
Nightmares are fascinating.
Oh yes, I see. You sense a secret within the nightmare, and cannot bear to leave it be. As if the spirit of Bergenworth lives on within you. Such inquisitive hunters will relish the nightmare. But beware. Secrets are secrets for a reason, and some do not wish to see them uncovered. Especially when the secrets are particularly unseemly. Beware. Especially.
His name's Simon. You say that, Sarah. But you're not ready for horsemen with 30 feet in the air. Hell, I'm not ready for it. Ah! Can I please? Okay, that was a load of crap. I didn't get to do anything there. I got smacked around. Ludwig is crazy, but if we beat him, we get the weapon. This is the weapons that we seek. crash damage to these things. Let's just make a run for it. Also, this is the River of Blood that item was talking about. Yeah, no, dogs are fun. Dogs keep on more of them. In fact, let's make a game where you fight nothing but dogs. Dog Souls 3. Compared to Dog Edition. What's cool is that the sky above us is actually the ocean of another layer of the dream, and somewhere around here, I can't quite remember where, but one of the enemies you fight in that area can fall down into this area. You're just like, what the fuck? It just like it falls down and dies immediately since it's falling like hundreds of feet. Okay. There's a cool weapon we can grab here that I quite like. Oh, I think the Beast Hunter's safe. S-A-I-F. Scythe. Scythe. It's kind of like a mixture between a saw blade like the one we're using now, but its transformed state is like a curved sword, like a falchion. This guy's actually using the weapon, which is why he's so scary. Just water that's been filled with so much blood. Well, see, the blood tick things are here because there's lots of blood. So presumably this is just like an assload of blood that is from all the hunters hunting and dying. Either that, or, I mean, it is a nightmare, so it's probably just here because it's meant to be based off their sins. So it's like, hey, look, here's all the blood you spilled. Yeah, when there's lots of blood, the blood ticks are there to gorge themselves on it. That's why they are vampires, quote-unquote, because they go to areas and suck the blood out of people. What's creepy is that the ones here have huge bellies versus the normal ones. So it's like they've clearly been gorging themselves on this river of blood. So here's the Beast Hunter safe. I really like this weapon. So, you know, it looks like a normal saw blade like that, except it's not serrated, and then the transform state is like this cool falchion swinging scythe weapon. Also, there are zombies. These are all corpses and they're still moving like they're alive. We may upgrade this weapon later and use it. It's weird because normally, like, the closed state is the normal state, and for this one, the open version is the regular state, and the transformation is it closes, and it becomes this, like, dashy weapon. Alright, so there's two giant enemies. That enemy we fought at the entrance to the cathedral. There's two of them here. One has a gun. So we're gonna rush ahead to the save room. That's the gun. But thankfully, here's the lantern. So, we're good. I believe that we can kill a guy here and get a... yeah. Bang! Alright, that should be enough to upgrade one of our weapons to +7. Dude, you gotta chill. How am I alive? Saw blade wouldn't be a bad choice. Ow! I mean saw spear. Saw spear is the one we've been upgrading, so it's probably going to have to be that. It's either that or the Tonitrus. And I think the saw spear will do better against Ludwig. This one's hard. This one seems harder than the other one. There is one thing to consider, though, that we haven't really discussed, which is we don't upgrade anything. Because if we can beat Ludwig without upgrading, then we will be able to upgrade the weapon we get from him. Alright, so watch the skies, because this is where it happens, I remember now. There it is. So yeah, later on you're like, what the hell is this thing? And then later on, this is an enemy type you fight. So it somehow fell through the ocean and dropped into this area. And then died on impact because it fell like 800 feet. I love stuff like that. I wish they did more stuff like that. Maybe it can swim, it's just that the ocean up there is only an inch deep before you fall through the dream. Alright. We're gonna level up at the Hunter's Dream, and then we'll try and fight Ludwig. We are definitely underpowered for this, so I don't know how this is going to go. We're really, really underpowered. And he is hard. He is very, very hard. The one nice thing the game does, though, is that there's an enemy right outside his boss room that doesn't fight back, and it always drops 5 blood vials. So we'll never run out of vials. We should be able to keep collecting those and that'll hopefully offset anything. Oops.
Well, good. Very well, let me.
Alright, 35. Not bad.
Farewell, good hunter.
Having 40 would be ideal for this fight. But let's see what kind of runes we can equip. Boost max HP by 10%. That sounds good. Physical damage reduction 3%. Max vials up. Physical damage reduction. And sure, max vials up by 3. So now we can hold 23 vials. Yeah, we're gonna save our chunks. Getting chunky with it. Alright. Spend the rest on the blood vials because we're gonna burn through them like candy. And let's do it. Ow. Okay. Let's do it. For my own sanity, I should probably wear something bright so that I can see my character in the middle of this fight. It's dark in there. Mine finger bones. It's not really bright enough. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, this enemy right here, who is basically a skeleton, but he will always drop 5 blood vials and he respawns, so. Okay, here we go.
Please help us. Silent beast. A great terror looms. What do you think this is coming? Have mercy. Have mercy upon us.
So Ludwig used to fight on horseback, I think, is the implication, and he's like used it to his horse. Now he's just a mindless beast. Or is he? I guess we'll find out before the fight is over. Now the real fight begins. Poor Ludwig. This is so cool, though.
You were at my side all along. My guiding moonlight.
It's the Moonlight Greatsword from all the other games. So you gotta understand, there was some great foreshadowing that he had that weapon, because you can get a replica of it called the Holy Great Sword, and it's supposed to be like a replica of the sword that Ludwig used. And he was so well known for it that they started making ones that resembled it, and then you find out, oh, it's the Holy Great Sword from the other game. Yeah, we can beat him, I think. We can beat him. I just gotta get good. Gotta get good, son. Thankfully, fighting him on New Game Plus is like a million times harder, because everything one-shots you, that I've gotten a lot better at dodging him. And the fact that our weapon is serrated helps a lot against him. Oh, I hate this move. God damn it. So hard. Holy moly. Sure. Maybe. Just be happy I don't have to fight this thing every time. moving plus. Very unfortunate. Yep, still a one shot even in the game. Oh boy! I'm trying so hard. I don't have enough health. I need more HP, probably, but it's definitely doable. It's just gonna take a long time at this rate. Certainly if I had a plus 8 or 9 weapons, it would be a lot easier. But that's the sacrifice we're trying to make. We're trying to beat him and then get the weapon we actually want, the Holy Moonlit Greatsword. And then upgrade that. Although we probably don't have enough strength to use it, we're probably going to have to level up our strength a bit. Hopefully not super high, but... Jump is ridiculous. Okay. shit. God damn. He timed it so well. I got air juggled. This game's stupid. Who likes Bloodborne? I gotta make jokes so that I don't get mad. Yeah, I know. Alright, this is the last try, and then we'll stop today if it doesn't go our way. Definitely the one where I think it's just absolute nonsense. Alright. We tried. We failed. Next time we'll get it. But he jumps and he's in the air for so long. It's nonsense. Hey, yeah. Thank you for watching. No, it's fine, it's fine. Maybe I'll level up a little bit so that next time it's not so bad. See you later. Thank you for watching.